Welcome back to my channel, and I asked some of you guys on my Instagram to ask me anything you like after I hit 20,000 followers on that platform. So thank you for the support, and you've asked some great questions which I'm going to answer today. I may split this video into two parts because there are quite a lot of questions, but let's get started. How did you get into fitness? So when I was a kid, I was part of an athletics club. So I used to train, for sprinting like 100 meters and 200 meters. And they used to take us to the gym occasionally just to work on like our explosiveness. And then in my secondary school, in my final year, they used to take us gym once a week, just to get us used to how to use equipment and get us into a healthy lifestyle. And I loved it and carried on ever since. What's your 9 to 5 job? So I work as a regulatory affairs associate for a global health company in their nutrition department, and my role is to help bring new products onto the market and ensure that they're compliant with the regulations in the UK and Ireland. I also communicate with like the government and other authorities to ensure that any new legislation isn't too restrictive on the business and commercial interests, and also ensure that any communications and labeling are done correctly and that they don't mislead the consumer and they comply with any regulations that we need to follow. How old are you? I'm 26 and I turned 26 in April. Will you compete? I may compete in a powerlifting competition, but probably not in bodybuilding. I'm not really too interested in like bodybuilding and physique competitions, but powerlifting does interest me, so it's something I'm considering. What is your height? I'm 5'9" or 175 centimeters. Are you natural? So I'm a lifetime natural. I will never use steroids. I think the risks outweigh the benefits. I'm not trying to be a pro bodybuilder, and therefore they have no use in my training or any aspects of my life. So I've got 5 questions relating to strength, and I'll answer them in one go. So do you train for strength, or are you just naturally strong? Best way to increase strength. Key for a stronger deadlift. How did you make strength gains to get that strong? And tips for improving leg strength. So first of all, I do train for strength, but not only strength. So when it comes to movements such as the bench press, deadlift, military press, the heavy compound squats, I do maybe lower rep training at the beginning. So I might hit 3 to 6 reps in my training, especially towards the end of a training program. And then I'll do volume with other exercises such as maybe front squats and lunges and incline bench press and lateral raises, for example. But when it comes to strength, it's all about specificity. So whatever you want to be stronger in, you need to focus on that. For example, a gymnast will get stronger in gymnastic movements. A powerlifter will focus on this bench, squat, and deadlift, and someone who does calisthenics will focus on only mainly bodyweight exercises. So you need to decide what you're trying to be strong at and focus on them and put your time into getting stronger on those movements. When it comes to lifting strength, I generally see the best strength gains in the 3 to 6 rep range, and you're going to do maybe 3 to 4 sets per session. Also, I advise, maybe starting with maybe a higher volume at the beginning of the workout program. So you maybe do 3x8s and even 4x10 or something like that. And then gradually, as you go on through the weeks, lower the reps, lower the volume, but increase the weight. And that way you will be able to get your peak strength and get a new PB. After that, you want to rest and recuperate, so you don't overtrain, you don't get an injury. Now, when it comes to strength, especially in the gym, it's all about moving as much weight on the bar. So don't go crazy with the reps. So I don't want you to see you doing, every week doing 10 sets or 12 sets or even 8 sets. You want to be gradually getting to, 1 to 3 reps. Another important thing for strength is recovery. You have to focus on recovery. So that's stretching and foam rolling and sleeping well, eating right. All these things are extremely important for increasing your strength, because if you don't recover, you won't be able to perform your best and you won't be able to hit those PBs. Now, when it comes to the deadlift specifically, you can add in some accessory exercises such as Romanian deadlifts or pulse deadlifts or deficit deadlifts to work on different aspects of the deadlift. So if you're lacking speed off the floor, you may do some deficit deadlifts. If you're struggling through the mid-range of the deadlift, you may do some pulse deadlifts. And if you just generally want a stronger posterior chain, you may do some Romanian deadlifts. Also work on your back strength, so pendlay rows, straight arm pull downs, they're all great for improving your deadlift. And again, recovery is key. So you want to be able to recover so you can perform at your best and get those PBs. Do you do cardio or weights only? So I do a combination of weights and cardio. If I can, I'll try to maybe just do cardio separately, maybe in the morning get some cardio in before I start work, and then go do weights in the evening or vice versa. But sometimes I'll just do both in one session. My favorite form of cardio is skipping, but I also do sometimes, go for walks, go a bit of cycling. They're more or less high intensity, less impact, easy to recover from, and they're great for your health as well. I recommend that everyone does some form of cardio, because outside of weight loss and physique benefits, has a lot of long-term and metabolic health benefits. So people that exercise regularly are at lower risk of cardiometabolic diseases such as heart disease and diabetes, and you're just going to be more independent as you age, and you're going to age more gracefully if you're doing your cardiovascular exercises. So I'll highly recommend doing cardio just to stay fit and live a long, healthy life. What's your favorite ab workout? I don't really have a favorite ab workout per se, but I've got a few favorite exercises which I usually stick at the end of like a lower body workout. So I love the ab wheel rollouts. I like leg raises, especially banded leg raises, and I also like windshield wipers. I like Russian twists as well. They're probably my favorite ab exercises, but I do try to change it from time to time if I feel like I'm not progressing or if I'm getting bored. So it's all about consistency when it comes to training your abs. Try to hit a couple exercises a week, 2-3 exercises per week, and progressively overload just like you would with any other muscle. How long have you been training consistently for? That's a good question. I would say I've been training consistently for at least 8 years. Yeah, about 8 years consistently. I think during that time, the longest break I've had without any training at all was 4 weeks during my bachelor's exam period. Had too much anxiety to go to even the gym. So yeah, apart from then, I've gone to the gym nearly every week, except for when I have a planned rest week or I'm abroad. What age did you start training? So I started training when I was, first time I went to the gym I was about 14. And my first gym membership was when I was 16. So as I explained before, I started going gym with my athletics club, but then my own personal gym membership was when I was 16. Do you train 7 days per week? I very, very rarely train 7 days per week. So I have in the past, occasionally here and there, if I just felt, I just wanted to train. And even during lockdown, actually, I was training 7 days a week at one point, just because there was nothing else to do really. When I finished work, because I was working from home, I finished work and then I'll just train. But in the gym, I'd really train 7 days per week. I'd usually take 1 day off, sometimes 2, just to get my mind off the gym and rest the body, because rest is extremely important for progress. I have a couple questions relating to goals. What are my gym goals and what's your biggest goal right now? So my main gym goals is to be strong aesthetic, and to improve my athleticism. So I don't care about being huge, although building muscle is very important to me too. But my main goal is to carry on building that strength, staying quite lean, so looking good, looking aesthetic, and also I want to be able to carry out different types of movements, you know, plyometrics, calisthenics. I want to be an all-round athlete. So they're my goals right there. However, my biggest goal right now is to regain the strength that I lost during the lockdown, but at a lower body weight. So I've cut down from about 91 to 92 kg, all the way down to between 85 and 86 kg. Now I want to rebuild the strength lost from not being able to lift heavy, but I want to be strong at a lower body weight. So I want to be lifting the same weights as before and more, but at a lower body weight, whether that's in the 85 to 86 range or the 87 to 88 range, we'll see. But I want to be stronger than I was in the low 90s while being below 90 kg, essentially. How do you grow your arms? So if you want bigger arms, you need to do a few things. So first of all, make sure you're hitting your compound exercises. So, you know, your bench press, rows, pull-ups, chin-ups, overhead presses, they all hit the arms to some extent. And then you need maybe 2 to 3 isolation exercises for your arms. So, you know, some different variations of bicep curls, some overhead extensions, some you know, maybe tricep push downs or close grip bench press, for example. For the bicep specifically, remember you have the short head here and the long head here, and you got to do exercises which emphasize each head of the biceps. You also have the brachialis muscle right here, and it's important to do some, you know, like hammer curls or reverse curls, which are going to emphasize that brachialis muscle and make your arm look wider. When it comes to the triceps, obviously you've got your long head over here, you've got your lateral head here, and you've got your medial head under here. For the long head, you need to do some overhead exercises like overhead extensions, whether that's with the cable or dumbbells. And then for the lateral head, you can do some dips or, you know, close grip bench press. And then for the medial head, the main role of that muscle is to help lock out the tricep. So make sure you're locking out during your tricep exercises, just to make sure you're activating that medial head. What's your favorite chest and back supersets? I don't really superset chest, I don't really superset back that often, but sometimes for chest I may superset incline bench press with decline push-ups, just to emphasize the upper chest and increase that volume. However, for back, my general favorite exercises will be like pull-ups and chin-ups and pendlay rows, seal rows, and even T-bar rows. There's like my favorite back exercises. So but I'm not a big fan of supersets, if I'm honest. What age did you start training? So the first time I stepped into a gym was when I was 14 as part of my athletics club, but my first gym membership was when I was 16. How do you redefine your goals? If you reach a certain body weight or size, what's next? Now this is a great question. And when it comes to defining my goals for my body, this will depend on how my body looks, how I'm performing in the gym, and the time of year. So in the summer, I want to be my leanest. So maybe from May times, I'll start my fat loss phase. However, a very low body fat can negatively impact your performance in the gym, and your strength can start to reduce. Now, if I notice my performance is dipping after a fat loss phase, I'll either take a deload week and see if I feel better and start to perform better. If not, then that's a good indicator that I need to start building some more muscle and try to surpass the amount of muscle I built the previous year. Now, during muscle building, if I get to a stage where I look at myself and like I'm not defined enough, you know, I've lost a lot of definition, then that's a good sign for me that I may need to either do a mini cut or to just start my fat loss phase, depending on what time of the year it is. Now, usually around maybe the end of September, start of October, I'll start that muscle gain phase, just focusing on muscle, building muscle. And then, like I said, around spring, May times, I'll start that fat loss phase. And then maybe in between that, I might have mini cuts here and there, depending on how I'm looking. And yeah, that's how I really define my goals. So the way I look, the way I'm performing, and the time of year. Do you have a before workout photo? Um, I can look for one, but the trouble is I started working out before I had a smartphone and before Instagram existed. So when I eventually find it, I'll post it on my Instagram. It will be a good before and after photo. Are you Ghanaian? Ane, Mifre Ghana, Nanso, Mitie London. But yeah, I'm Ghanaian. My parents are both born in Ghana and moved to London. And I was born in London, but yes, I am Ghanaian. How do you tolerate the pain at the gym? Always want to give up when I'm in pain. That's a tough question. I mean, it depends on how severe the pain is, to be honest, or if it's just that burn you get when you're lifting weights and stuff. For me, your body kind of gets used to it, I guess, and you just need to. That's why I think goal setting is important. So you need to identify your kind of level, your kind of strength. Then based off your current strength, you can tailor a program to get stronger and build more muscle, and rather than focusing on pain. So you're not meant to be in absolute pain every set you do, but gym's not meant to be easy either. So it's getting a balance between how severe is the pain. Is it too severe? Are you going to are you overtraining? Are you taking it too far with your training? Or it could be a thing where you just need to understand that gym does come with some pains and your body does adapt to it. So this will depend on your level of pain, and it's something we probably have to discuss on a personal level to identify whether there's an issue there or whether it's just something you need to push through. I just realized that before flying off to my holiday that I forgot to film an outro for part 1 of the Q&A. But yeah, if you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. If there's anything you'd like me to elaborate on, just send me a message on here on YouTube or on my Instagram. And watch out for part 2, which I'm about to film right now. That'll be coming to you real soon, which will be focused more on the questions relating to nutrition and fat loss. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video real soon.